Stress balls are fun, but have you ever had somebody care about you? Me neither. Past the NeeDoh. Yo, welcome back to my cottage, and today we're talking about NEEDOHs. Recently, NEEDOHs have been taking the internet and world by storm by being stress balls and fidget toys. Or have I heard this before? But before we get into that, it says here only this many of you guys are subscribed to the channel. We can't have that now, can we? Subscribe to the channel, please. I need this cool vintage Garfield plushie so I can love it enough to where it's in a constant state of purring. So, what are NEEDOHs? According to the website, NEEDOHs are fidget and squish toys to help people with sensory issues. This isn't the first or only squish or fidget toy out there. There are thousands, maybe even millions out there. And a pattern I've noticed, and I'm sure a lot of you have noticed as well, people love squish toys and fidget toys a little bit too much. When I first got TikTok at like 14 years old, that was basically my entire For You page. People playing with poppets, squish toys, fidget spinners, you name it. But NEEDOHs is a special case. Why, you may ask? Because it's falling under overconsumption. For those who don't know, overconsumption is when you consume and buy too much of something. Best example I can give is on TikTok, people will do, let's restock my shower, and it will be like 5 different perfumes, 5 different shampoos, like 10 body washes, and like 8 facial serums. That is overconsumption, and NEEDOHs fall under overconsumption right now. And the reason why is it's trendy at the moment. Different shapes, colors, different textures. People love that shit. Every year, there seems to be a new trend that leads to overconsumption. Take Labubu's. People were buying that like crazy. Or a few years ago, when TJ Maxx decided, hey, let's sell some Hello Kitty stuff. And then they had to put a limit on how much you can buy because people were like buying too much of it and stealing it from other people. Don't get me wrong, I love Hello Kitty, but I wouldn't even do that. However, if it was a sale on Garfield, maybe I would push over a child for an Odie plushie, who knows. This trend is the NEEDOHs trend. There have been lines outside of stores trying to get these things. And because of how many people are buying the NEEDOHs, you can only buy a certain amount nowadays. And would you look at that? People are stealing from others just to get a goddamn squish toy. There have been videos of people trying to find these things at places like Walmart or Cracker Barrel, and there are none in stock because people are buying them all. Don't get me wrong, some of them look cool, like this jellyfish one, or hell, even this ice cube one. But that's it. They're stress balls shaped like different things. But luckily, thanks to the internet, people sell NeeDoh so other people can finally have one. Let's see how much they cost. Oh my god. Oh god. Yeah, that's right. These things go for a lot. It depends on which ones you get, but the resales of the, like, what? I could get an apartment for this much money. Why do you want it for some plastic with liquid inside? People are also cutting open these toys because why not? This has been a trend with any squishy out there just to see what's inside of it, and I understand curiosity. But still, you're ruining a perfectly good toy that some kid could have had just to be like, hey guys, this is what's inside of it. Give me 10,000 views right now. Now, some of you may be saying, okay, what's the big deal? People are just buying toys, whatever, as long as they're not hurting anybody, just buy the toy. And I agree with you. But it's hurting people. Putting things in the microwave trend has been a thing for years. The first time I saw it was a Shane Dawson video, god damn it, that my uncle showed me. God damn it. And don't get me wrong, it's an interesting concept to see what happens to said thing in the microwave when it's heated up and in there. I don't know how else to explain it. And don't get me wrong, it can look cool sometimes, like soap or LED lights. But it's dangerous, and you shouldn't put stuff like that in the microwave, kids. And, of course, NEEDOHs are on the chopping block. Some people don't like the fact that the ice cube NeeDoh is too hard and too cloudy. Understandable. Don't buy the ice cube then. But to solve this problem, people have been putting them in the microwave to soften it. Now, if you were like me and you watched videos of people putting stuff in the microwave as a child. What always happened in those videos? Was it A, turns into a delicious cuisine, B, nothing happens, or C, sometimes sparks or explodes? If you guessed C, you are correct. And you also probably watched Shane Dawson's microwave videos as a child. I'm sorry. But kids decided, hey, I want to soften my NeeDoh. Let's put it in the microwave. And because nobody decides, hey, let's put a warning on this video telling kids not to do it, kids do it. And it's starting to injure kids. That's right, these toys will pop when they're out of the microwave and burn kids. I remember when I was a kid, oh god, I sound old. When I was a kid and I watched a video of someone putting something in the microwave or something and something else that shouldn't be there, there was always a warning at the beginning of the video saying, don't try this at home, or this could be dangerous, don't do it. But now, I guess in the age of Gen Alpha and Gen Beta, we don't need warnings. So I'm gonna do a warning. If you are a child watching my channel right now and you want to put your NeeDoh in the microwave, don't. You can get severely injured from it and you may have to go to the hospital. Don't do it and don't tell your friends to do it, and if your friends want to do it, convince them not to do it. So yes, fictional person, buying NeeDohs and doing this stuff can hurt people. And also put a giant hole in my pocket, Jesus. Another thing people have been pointing out about the NeeDoh is people buying too many of it can be bad for people with autism or ADHD. This is because most of these toys are meant for people who get overstimulated easily. They're sensory toys. And what happens when a neurotypical person buys a bunch of these? It takes away stuff that neurodivergent people need to not be stressed all the time. Again, it can hurt people. But who cares about those people, right? You're getting your sweet views and sweet monies from TikTok because you went to Cracker Barrel and bought 10 of them. You bought 10 stress toys. But I decided for this video, to even see if it's worth talking about this subject, I got a NeeDoh. So come on, let's see if these things are worth buying a bunch of. This is an official NeeDoh from Walmart. This is the only one me and my dad could find because people buy a bunch of them. Again, overconsumption is a bitch. So, without further ado, let's see if it's worth buying 100 of these. It's a squish ball. Maybe I got the wrong one and I don't know what I'm talking about because this one's just a normal squish ball. But at the end of the day, it's a fidget toy, it's a stress toy. And don't get me wrong, I've been using this a lot, especially when I'm working. It helps me relieve myself when I'm stressed out or focusing too much. But do I need to buy a bunch of these and fill a drawer with them? No, I need one, maybe two, that's it. I don't understand people buying all of these. But what are my thoughts on all this? People buying these things and selling them for a lot of money on eBay or just using them for views sucks, especially when they're doing stuff with these that are hurting people. Again, if you are a child and you want to cut open a NeeDoh, don't. If you want to put them in the microwave, don't. These are for playing with only. Do not do anything stupid with them. But that's what I think. You guys tell me in the comments what you guys think of this situation. However, now that I'm looking at it, these things are satisfying. Look at the colors. Look at them. Look at them change. Oh no!
My precious.
I stopped leaving my room after I filmed this video. I felt like everyone was watching me, even my own plushies. I got so paranoid that only the NeeDoh could calm me down. I gave up all of my hobbies, but who needed those silly hobbies when I had the NeeDoh? I started to go crazy, but I kept buying NeeDohs. It was the only thing keeping me insane until I killed a man. I killed him in cold blood, and nobody stopped me. He tried to take my NeeDoh. I didn't know what else to do. I killed an innocent man. I became something I hated with all my heart. All for what? A squish toy? I didn't know what else to do with myself. I had to hide the body. Ooh, sorry for the video cutting off, abruptly there, guys. But thank you guys so much for, watching. I hope you liked today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out me and the channel out a lot. All my social medias, are in the description down below if you want to follow them. And I hope all of you guys have a fabulous day. Honk. Honk, honk, honk.